Welcome to another LinkedIn Live. This is episode 131, and today we have a special guest, Rick Kloete. Rick, welcome. So glad that you're here.
Glad to be here, Joe.
So we're going to be discussing how we could use um, the strategies that we teach in Evergreen, which we talk about how to build a business networking one sheet. And we recently reviewed that inside our AI program. You asked this question, and I said, you know what? Why don't we do a LinkedIn Live together, where we can kind of get together and discuss and have a conversation around what a business networking one sheet is, how it works, and so on. And so you introduced me to this organization called the Thoroughbred Thought Leaders, and I had AI put together the entire list into a spreadsheet like this,
Fantastic.
with all their bios, all organized nicely here with their company name, their title. It wasn't able to pick up everybody's company name, but now that I included their LinkedIn, I can have Perplexity kind of search through everybody and pick up all their company names properly. But as you can see, we have about 30 people, say 29 people here, that have first name, last name, their bio, and their LinkedIn URL. So if I pick, for example, Rick's information, I'll pull up his information right over here. This is Rick's LinkedIn profile here. And in Rick's LinkedIn profile, you can see that he has himself organized over here. He has 14,000 followers. If I scroll down, he has certain featured items here. Now, Rick, one of the things that I always tell people to do is to create a document with their business networking one sheet. And I'll show you what mine looks like briefly, so
Sure.
you can kind of see what I'm doing,
It
and
sounds like a great idea.
so that everyone can also see this. And we're going to be adding a feature to Evie AI soon, which is the AI for LinkedIn, that's going to allow everyone to have their own business networking one sheet. And so we're kind of building that out right now. We've been building it out for a little bit of time, and I just saw the designs for it, and I was like, damn, imagine if every one of our clients had their own business networking one sheet that Evie AI can create for them easily. So this is what your business networking one sheet currently, this is what my business networking one sheet currently looks like. It's on LinkedIn. You can see it on my profile here. And I'll link it also for you guys to be able to see. I'm going to press three dots. I'm going to press copy link to post. And I'll show you guys what this looks like. But this business networking one sheet has about the person, the current projects they're up to, who they want to meet, how to introduce the person, their skills, passions, experiences. And it also has a list of call to actions and their contact information and everything organized with a QR code and a picture of the person. And so if I go to my recent activity here on LinkedIn, you'll be able to see how the documents look on my LinkedIn. So there's different subcategories. You can click on posts, comments, videos, images, articles, newsletters, events, documents. And under documents is where you upload all your PDFs. So that's where I kind of uploaded that document. If you
Okay.
click on events, you can see all of somebody's LinkedIn lives. So this LinkedIn live that's happening right now is under events.
Excellent.
So if you want to see previous LinkedIn lives, that's where you would kind of go. And if you want to see all of somebody's posts, you just do show all posts. And that's where you can actually comment on a LinkedIn live. So if you want to comment, so for example, I'm going to comment with my business networking one sheet on the LinkedIn live. That's the easiest way to comment on a LinkedIn live. Of course, if you're watching this live, you can definitely comment there. It looks like Larnie just commented. She said, I love the idea of a business networking one sheet. Can't wait to learn more. And she tagged Rick in there. I'm going to say thank you. And Rick, if you want, you can find this post and hit the repost button,
Yes, I will.
so that
Absolutely.
more people kind of see it. So in terms of building out a business networking one sheet, the first thing you need to do is put together a spreadsheet with everyone's contact information. And so I had AI kind of start building that out. I don't have every single person's contact information, and I'm not sure if each one of these people are actually the right person, because a lot of the people, their information on the Thoroughbred website didn't have their company name and didn't
Right.
have their LinkedIn URL there either. But by Googling each person, I was able to find some of the people, for example, this FBI retired person or whatever.
Yep.
And
Kevin
then,
Roberts.
exactly. And then, in addition to that, getting additional pieces of information. So, for example, maybe their website, maybe their cell phone, maybe their email,
Correct.
maybe their email, maybe their cell, maybe their bio, how to introduction, their current projects,
Maybe specialties.
maybe their specialties.
Yeah, because some are CEOs, some are CIOs, some are CFOs. Most of
Yes.
these are senior executives.
Yeah. Other social profiles,
Correct.
if they have something other than LinkedIn. Their calendar link, if they have a
That would be
calendar
great.
link.
You had a book with them.
Yeah. So you have to collect all the information before you can create a networking one sheet. You have to kind of like collect all their information, and make sure that it's all organized in a spreadsheet. So if you wanted to do all these people's business networking one sheet, I would first collect or ask them to fill out this form
Okay.
with all the information, and then that will allow them to be able to have everything organized on one spreadsheet. And I'm happy to share this spreadsheet with you so you can kind of take a
Yeah,
look
that'd
at
be
it. I already prepared it for you, so it's much easier for you to kind of just use this spreadsheet, than have to create the spreadsheet on your own.
perfect.
So I just shared it with you. So you should have access to the sheet, and then you can share the spreadsheet with anybody and say, hey guys, could you guys go in and fill in all your information over here? And if they don't have a bio or they're not sure, they could always go to eviai.com, register for a free account, and then press login. And on the left side, they're able to click on the profile optimizer. They can paste in some basic information about themselves, and then this will basically optimize the whole thing for them.
Yeah, and Joe, could we also scrape that from their bio on LinkedIn, for example?
We could scrape that from their bio on LinkedIn. So I'm actually building something, a profile optimizer. So if you go to strategy.eviai.com/profile analyzer, we can analyze anybody's profile right over here. So for example, if I take the FBI guy's,
Kevin Vartness, yeah.
Kevin, I just copy his LinkedIn URL and then I paste it right into here and I press analyze. It's going to go ahead and start analyzing his profile, and then it's going to pull all his information here just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then further develop this to automatically take the information that's already on here and make him a business networking one sheet by clicking a button that says make
Excellent.
one sheet, and it'll actually make the one sheet for him.
Perfect.
So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. I'm not going to do it right now.
Sure.
But that's something I'll work on. A one sheet creator where you analyze the profile, and
Right.
then it takes all the information from his profile and then creates a one sheet from that in a very simple way, because all his information is already on here, as you can see.
It's a matter of formatting it, right?
It's a matter of formatting it nicely, and right now it's not formatted nicely. So, how would I take all this information? So what I would do is, for example, I would go to his profile and I would essentially grab all the information from his profile, and then I would copy it and I would go to, say, a tool like ChatGPT. I'm just going to do this manually right now.
Sure.
And paste all his information in here.
It'll be automated later when you get the tool put together.
Yes, I'm going to put the tool, but I'm showing you the manual way of doing it. Sure. And then I would go to our school community, which would be school.com/EVAI.
Which is a free community, by the way.
Yep, we have a free community called school.com/EVAI. And then I'm going to find the post that I posted about, let's see, I posted a post related to our AI. Let's see which one it was. Who was your ideal client? Was it this one? Who's your ideal client? Let me. Or the AI class. Let's see which one was the AI. Here. New prompts from the AI circle. I'm going to go in here, create a chatbot solution, create an engagement podcast, create a comprehensive business networking one sheet. I'm going to copy this like this. And then I'm going to go in here, paste this here, and I'm going to press go.
And that was the prompt that you had already put together.
Yep. And look at this. His 30-second introduction.
Perfect.
His current projects.
Fantastic.
his centers of influence, how to introduce him, his skills, experiences, passions you can leverage, his LinkedIn profile, best way to contact.
By the way, Kevin has 10 children. So I know
What?
one of the things he's passionate about. I have 6. How many do you have, Joe?
5.
So Kevin's got you and I put together.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. But do you see how quickly this was
Yeah.
produced? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a system that automatically will take his entire profile the way that I just did that manually, and then you just put in the person's profile like this, and
Yes.
when you press create one sheet, it'll just create the business networking one sheet.
Beautiful.
It'll pull the information, it'll analyze his profile and create the one sheet for him. So just to make things a lot easier and faster, to be able to do that, that'll be a powerful little tool.
That'd be
And I'm
fantastic.
and I'm and then we're going to integrate that into Evi AI just to make things a lot easier. So you can make a one sheet, so anyone can make their own business networking one sheet with a click of a button, just
That'd
like
be a
that.
great added feature. I mean, as if it's not robust enough already, but you're always improving it. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, yeah. And what I love about this analyzer is now that I have his information here, look, I can just click on anybody else's information that I pulled up, and in a second,
Ah,
it pulls up their information. It kind of saves everything onto your computer, everyone that you
nice.
watched. And so if I want to pull up anybody's information that I already analyzed, I don't have to do another profile view on LinkedIn. I could just pull it up just like that by
And
clicking.
that's in the LinkedIn profile analyzer tool that is now in EVAI, right in the classroom.
Right. So if you go to strategy.eviai.com/profile analyzer, you can analyze anybody's profile. And yeah, I built it already. It works, and it's just fantastic that I'm building all these tools for people that allow them to be able to properly analyze profiles. And right now, if you click on view posts, it'll just show you all this person's posts in real time. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it though so that when you click on show view posts, it'll actually pull up their last 50 posts right in here. And then you can filter and sort by their most popular posts. So that's something that I'm gonna be building out for people so that people can actually have access to that and be able to, properly leverage LinkedIn in a proper way. So there's a lot of information that you need to collect on someone when you're building a relationship with them. And so being able to use these tools, make it really go really quick is a really key thing that you can do to allow you to be more successful.
And you know what, Joe? A lot of people will geek out on this technology and all these tools. The best tool is the one you know how to use and the one that helps you build relationships. And that's what I love about this approach is it just helps you build that relationship a lot quicker and more authentic.
Yeah, and like because I've been teaching LinkedIn for the past several years, and I've trained over 1,000 companies on how to use LinkedIn. I learned a lot about what really matters when it comes to like reviewing someone's profile, when it comes to like what do you want to accomplish, like even like we have a CRM overview prompt that we created, that allows you to create an overview of somebody's profile for your CRM. That makes it just really, really easy for you to be able to do that. For you to be able to just take the information from anybody and just pull up a CRM helper thing. So if I click on CRM helper, see above, I'm just gonna press this, and look what it does. It's going to just create a notes about Kevin and just basically pull about him, about his company, about who their ideal client is, like all this information that it's putting together about Kevin is all going to be available inside Evi AI for every single person that you're connected to on LinkedIn, just to make it really easy and organized. Because if I go to his LinkedIn profile, I don't really see all this information, even though
And,
it's all there.
and it's not organized that, nicely because that's very easy to consume. If you go to his profile, you got to hunt and peck and figure out where that information is. Here, it's all laid out for you.
Yeah, and the fact that he has 10 kids, I had no idea, but I don't think I don't think he publicizes that on his LinkedIn, because otherwise it would have said it right over here. Would have said something about them that's personal. Kevin has 10 kids.
Trust me, that's one of his passions because I know him.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
guy.
And it even gives you 5 questions you should ask him on your next networking call.
How amazing. What talk about pre-call planning. If you wanted to have a conversation with him in just a few moments, you could pretty much know what to talk about
Yeah,
and the things
yeah,
that are important to him.
100%. And so if I was going to save his profile, I would save his profile into Evie AI, and I would put him under like a thoroughbred um, list. I would add him to a thoroughbred list over here.
Which is what I intend to do.
Yeah,
And that way I can keep in touch with them as well.
thoroughbred thought leader. So are you a member of the community?
Yeah, I'm sort of their de facto HR leader. So these guys are ex CEOs of large, Gaylord, yeah, large healthcare companies, large hospitality companies, cybersecurity. They do high end business consulting. They also do fractional C level uh, placements. So if you need, just a fractional CISA or a CFO or a CIO. This guy's former FBI, anything in cybersecurity. He was the head of the whole his area for the FBI. So he's a guy that has been brought in a number of times by other clients, and he's retired from the FBI now, and he's now got he does this for us on a fractional basis. And so to promote these folks, um, I wanted to be able to, in a very concise way, say, if you need, we call it our stable of thoroughbreds. Now, there are males, females. We have great female cybersecurity leaders as well. Uh, but we have a plethora of talent. It just depends on what you need at the moment. And we have a lot of clients. So I'm not an employee there. I'm sort of a contractor, but I'm a part of this community where I'm helping just get the word out about these phenomenal guys. Because traditionally, what I've done, Joe, is place full time, mid to senior level executives in our executive search firm. But what I'm seeing today, post COVID, there's a lot of executives and clients that are open to fractional work now, more of a contract basis. Yeah, we need somebody for 6 months to get us over the hump, or maybe to take us public, but we're not ready to bring on someone full time. So that's the whole idea. Chip Hoback founded this. He's been in the greater Nashville area forever. And we have just attracted an amazing group of people who are uber talented.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. That's incredible. It sounds like the people that you guys have attracted are seem really, really talented and smart and capable, and they seem like they're thought leaders. So I'm definitely going to be looking through these profiles in more detail and saving them to my Evie AI and checking their recent activities just to kind of see if they're actually active on LinkedIn. I see a lot of these people actually do need more LinkedIn training to become
Right.
better at LinkedIn. Seems like they could really use some help, and potentially also getting their profiles redone,
Or optimized. Yeah.
and optimized and so on. And so I'm going to be connecting with some of them and building a relationship. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you click on connect and you want to connect with somebody, you can use Evie AI to help you be able to,
Generate that intro.
yeah, generate the introduction for you. You don't have to write it all up. Chip, your expertise in IT security and events are impressive. Rick says you built an amazing group of thought leaders. I featured you on my uh, on my LinkedIn live today. I love to connect and explore synergies. I'm going to just press send, and now most of the content in that connection note was written by AI. But as
You
you
just
can
supplemented.
see, yeah, I just added a sentence there that made it so much more relevant and so much more personal
Right.
that there's no way the AI could have known those things that I included there. But if I would have to like write his name and write the context and put the call to action at
Right.
the end, it would have taken me 10 times more time. But
Thank
now
you.
that
There's
I
no
just,
writer's block. It's easier to edit than it is to create from scratch, isn't it?
it's so much easier to edit than to create things from scratch. And so that just makes life a lot easier. And whenever I'm leaving comments on people's posts, like for example, I'm about to leave a comment on Jeff Goldberg's post over here. It just makes life a lot easier for me to be able to comment on his posts, because otherwise I would have to think about what to say, and I don't have to think about what to say. I can just leave comments, I can write posts, and all that jazz that I
Yeah.
love doing so much, and
And
building
Joe,
those
what you're talking
relationships.
about tools, this Heavy AI tool is an amazing AI tool and a LinkedIn tool. But the thoroughbreds that we're talking about with Chip, one of the cool things is not only do we have a stable of amazing talent, but we've got access to amazing tools that are available free for our clients. Basically, most people that are looking at technology and cybersecurity services, they don't know where to go and who to talk to. What Chip does with the thoroughbred thought leaders is that he has access to tools that for free can analyze what you're looking for, what your infrastructure looks like, and give you all of the options of people who specialize in that space, and then pick out which one's the best fit for you. And all of that is absolutely free. He's sort of a, if you will, a clearinghouse or brokerage to connect you with the right people, so that you make sure you get the maximum benefit out of the services you need.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you do for a living so people can kind
Sure.
of get to know you a little bit better? We're probably going to have hundreds of people see this from my connection. So I'd love for you to kind of introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do for a living and who you help and how you help them. That would be lovely.
Sure, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Rick Kloete. I'm the founding president of Kloete Group. We're a retained executive search firm based in the Nashville, Tennessee area, but we do work all across the country. And we help overwhelmed HR leaders and business owners fill those critical mid to senior level executive positions that are hard to fill. And we follow a detailed, proven 8-step process that we've proven. I've done this for more than 20 years. We also do compensation analysis services, and we do some career coaching for professionals in transition. But the calling card for our business, I grew up in New Orleans, moved to Tennessee in 1997, and founded Klote Group in 2010. We found our business on three basic principles. Our value proposition is speed, quality, and value. So we guarantee finalist candidates within 20 to 25 business days, which very few
few
recruiting
recruiting
firms do.
firms do.
We,
We,
we
we
also
also
offer
offer
a
a
1 year
1 year
guarantee
guarantee
on all
on all
the
the
candidates,
candidates we present.
and our fees are 25% below the standard industry wages. So if you're looking for somebody, a partner to help you fill those hard to fill mid to senior level executive roles, that's what we do. Been doing it a long time. The reason I'm passionate about it, Joe, is that I found myself in career transition a number of times over the years. Sometimes it was because I wanted to make a move and advance my career, and there were times when it was imposed on me, had nothing to do with me or my performance, and so I got really good at changing careers, reinventing myself. I was a teacher, I was a salesperson, a sales leader. I've now been in recruiting for almost 20 years. So the idea of transitioning to a new career and finding a new position, I've not only been the candidate that got called by recruiters and had to interview, I've been the hiring manager who hired a recruiter. And now I'm in the third seat at the table. I'm now the recruiter. So I really intimately understand that full transaction. I understand what it feels like, what the risks are involved. And basically, what we do is we mitigate those risks for both the candidate and the client companies.
Wow. That sounds really exciting. Thank you so much for sharing all that. That's super valuable information for everyone to have to learn more about you and what you're doing. And thank you also for being a member of our Engaged Thought Leader community, which is a school community that we have here on school. So it's eviai.com/thought leaders. And we have a really great group of people. You're on the top of the leaderboard here, very active in the community. And when people are posting something, for example, Eric posted something over here, we all go in and support him, and leave comments on people's posts as they're kind of like posting. So he just posted over here. I see that you supported him. Milo supported him. Nat supported him. Michael supported him. So I'm going to go ahead and support him as well, so that we can support our engaged thought leaders in our community. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the engaged thought leaders community, go to school.com/thought leaders and you can become a engaged thought leader together with me and Rick. I recently posted a poll on LinkedIn asking people if they want to um, learn more, or to be a thought leader, if they consider themselves a thought leader. And a lot of people said they do consider themselves a thought leader. And so I'm reaching out to some of those people, asking them if they want to get involved in our engaged thought leader community. As you can see, we have 45 people that said that they're interested. And if you take a look at who these people are, often they're speakers and thought leaders and all different types of people from all different walks of life. And so I'm going to be building relationships with these people, getting to know them, learning more about their content. As you can see, a lot of these people have really great thoughts and they have really great content, but they don't have a lot of engagement. And so it's nice to have a dozen or 2 dozen people that are happy to engage with you and leave comments and on your posts on a regular basis. I think that's really helpful. I'm
And
gonna
Joe, if you don't mind me notice, as you're talking about this, you're just casually making comments and contributing on LinkedIn. It's showing us how easy it is using every AI. It's pretty
yeah.
amazing.
Yep. And now I'm gonna right now talk to the AI, and I'm gonna say something. I went on a boat ride yesterday for a networking event for the Executives Association of New York City, and we had such a good time connecting with all the people. I want to encourage you to get out there and connect with people, build relationships, and get to know people. For me, it's all about learning about people, asking the right questions. And when you build those relationships, that's what it's all about. It's all about getting to know people. Someone once told me that it's really hard to build relationships because there's so much pressure at networking events to have to be perfect. And I always say it's not about being perfect, it's about just showing up and being yourself. You are perfect just the way that you are. If you can just show up and truly just be yourself, connect with people, get to know them, and then the fortune is in the follow up. So it's not about selling yourself on the boat, it's more about connecting and listening and asking the right questions, but then it's about following up. And so now I'm going to follow up with all the wonderful people that I met on the networking boat last night as part of the Executives Association. And I hope that you can also connect with people and learn as well. So go ahead in the comments, let me know what networking groups you're part of. So do you see the way I just said all that
Yes.
with the voice tool? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit generate, and it's going to go ahead and generate a post, because this is not a post. This is just my raw thoughts.
It's yeah, stream of conscious.
But you see the way it created a
Organized.
it organized it perfectly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this organized post that has a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags, and then I'm going to go onto LinkedIn and I'm going to post it onto LinkedIn. So I'm going to click on start a new post. I'm going to add an image, which I'll put a selfie with the different people that I met at the boat. And then I'm going to paste it right over here. Ever felt the pressure at networking events to be perfect? I recently attended a networking boat ride with the Executives Association of New York City. And I just tagged the Executives Association. The atmosphere was electric, filled with laughter, genuine connections. It reminded me of the valuable lesson. Networking isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. Someone once told me that building relationships can feel daunting, but the truth is, you don't have to be flawless. You just have to show up and be your true self. When you do, you create an environment of real connections. During our boat ride, I focus on making meaningful connections. Da 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 da. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag Robin Fisher.
She the founder.
No, she's just a person in the picture. She's a
Okay.
member. Bert Rosenblatt.
Yeah. So
So I'm just tagging these people in the picture.
key people. Yeah.
Yep.
And you tag the organization as well.
I tag the organization.
So that will appear on their company or the association page.
Exactly. I'll tag Joanne Ballady. I'll tag Tina Larson. I'll tag Salvador Leone, Ed Moed. I'll tag, I'm trying to think, Rachel Kellner.
You know, Joe, not a lot of people do what you're doing right now. What are the pros and cons of doing this in your opinion?
It's about staying top of mind. just the truth is you just have to stay top of mind with people and build those relationships and connect with them and get to know them. And if you can do that successfully, you'll be much better. Speaking of staying top of mind and following up, I do have a call starting at the top of the half. So it was really a pleasure. I just posted this here so you guys can go check out this post. I always say after you go on LinkedIn Live, it's always good to create a post so that your last post is not your live. And so this is my last post, my most updated post. And so thank you so much for joining me here, Rick. It was really a pleasure connecting with you and talking to you more about networking one sheets. And I kind of showed you exactly, what goes into one and how to create one. And now I'm going to create a software that helps do that. So thank you very much for being part of this, and I'll see you again very soon.
Thanks, Joe. It's my